Hey y'all, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs channel. I'm so glad you decided to tune in with me today. Go ahead and hit that like button and become a subscriber to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I would really appreciate that. Today I want to bring to you a new segment that I want to add to the channel, and it's going to be our business news roundup. And so what I want to do is every week bring to you a couple of articles that I've read that I think that will be useful to share and useful for you to know about in the business news area. There's going to be three categories that I bring those articles in. The first one will be for new and aspiring entrepreneurs. The second type of article that I'll be sharing is for us current business owners. And last but not least, I want to have a feature story. In that feature story, we will be somehow linked back to one of the Shark Tank pitches that we've heard for that week. And I'll just bring an update or some type of information, new information to you about some news that they may have been in. And so I really do hope that these three areas will be of interest to you, and it will be something that you will stay tuned in for. And make sure you leave some feedback. Let me know what you think about the article. Let me know what you think about the business. Or if you have another article that may be of interest that you would like for me to elaborate on. Make sure you share that in the comments. I'll be happy to do so. Okay, so let's check out our first story. And so for our first story for new and aspiring entrepreneurs, I thought that this article would be useful for us to kind of review. It says Mark Zuckerberg just announced new ways for creators to make money. Here are 9 ways to earn on Instagram, from getting paid for reels to inking brand deals. So let's go quickly over those 9 ways that you can earn money on Instagram. Creators can receive tips with badges on IG Lives. Creators can set up shop on Instagram and sell products like merchandise. Instagram started funding video series by a handful of social media celebrities. Instagram is testing an NFT feature called digital collectibles. Creators can earn money by tagging products and posts with Instagram's native affiliate marketing tools. And Instagram is incentivizing creators with bonuses for posting reels. Instagram is testing direct payment options like subscriptions and exclusive content. Instagram wants to get involved in the transactions between brands and creators with a marketplace. Instagram ended its only ad revenue share program, IGTV ads, but a new and different revenue sharing model could be coming. And so again, for our new and aspiring entrepreneurs, keep an eye out on your Instagram account. Go ahead and switch that mode to professional or business and go ahead and start earning some money on Instagram. I hope this article was useful to you. Let's check out our second one. And now for our second article that I thought will be useful for current business owners. Have y'all heard about this? A new startup is offering Instagram hacking insurance to influencers. Now this caught my eye when I read the subtitle. It said Notch, that's the name of the new startup. It says Notch will pay up to $100,000 or 3 months income for anyone who gets locked out of their account. And then it said the company also has a team of experts who monitor and help users get their accounts back. Would you guys get some insurance on your social media accounts? Now this may be useful if you have a large influence, if you have a large following, and we heard about the horror stories of people losing their Instagram account, losing their followers, and that is a big portion of their income. And so with this new startup, would you take out some insurance on your Instagram account? That's something that I thought was real useful. So of course, I went through the website, and as I go further into the website, I see it says Notch says it could be a financial safety net for influencers whose income are also locked if their accounts are hacked. I also wanted to know what types. It says, what types of accounts does Notch insure? Currently, we insure accounts that meet the following criteria: Accounts that use Instagram to generate a minimum amount of digital revenue through sponsored posts or direct sales, for examples. Public accounts and accounts that meet our policy guides. How does the claim process work with Notch Insurance? It said if your account gets hacked, a claim will automatically be filed. Once your claim is approved, our experts begin working to retrieve your account. You'll also start receiving daily payments based on your coverage. For example, for coverage of $45K, you'll get $500 every day until we recover your account, or for up to 90 days. That's 3 months. And so I thought that this was something different, and it was my first time hearing about it. Let me know if you guys think this is worth it. Maybe there's some other type of business insurance that you'll be able to get. I don't know if business insurance will cover your social media accounts, but if not, this new startup is giving you a solution to that. And so if you are an influencer on any of these platforms, you may want to check this insurance out. All right, I hope this article was useful for you. If so, make sure you get more information down in the description box for the link of the article. And now for our feature story, which is going to be talking about the success of the Lip Bar after they received no deals or no interest from the investors on our Shark Tank pitch that we posted this week. So make sure you check that reaction out, and then come back and hear about the success that the Lip Bar has been having. The Lip Bar has been doing some phenomenal things over the past 10 years. And if you go to their YouTube channel, you'll see that they just celebrated 10 years into business. And I'll be sharing that video here as I'm reading an article that I thought was very helpful. The article was posted a year after they was in the tank, and it shared 5 things one entrepreneur learned after being rejected on a Shark Tank. And so she just gives 5 things, and I'll be reading those 5 tips that she gave while we watch the video of their 10-year anniversary of success. So let's check out some of the successes, even though they did not get a deal in the tank. The Lip Bar just celebrated 10-year anniversary of them being successful in the industry. And on Crunchbase, you can see that they only had a pre-seed funding round, and that was given through an accelerator program that they participated in. And now as we watch this video, what I want to do is read through this article that she was able to share a year after she was in the tank. It said 5 things one entrepreneur learned after being rejected on a Shark Tank. Her number one thing that she said she learned was to tighten your message. She said, being on the show made me realize we were sending too many messages. We had the whole natural and vegan thing and the bar thing, and the sharks noticed that it was too much. She said the shark experience made her hone in on her messaging a lot more, and they did a lot of new branding initiatives after that lesson that she learned. The second lesson that she learned was not everyone will understand your vision, and that's okay. She says, I started the Lip Bar because I was extremely frustrated with how beauty is one-dimensional and how beauty brands reaffirm that there is a certain standard of beauty. The sharks didn't agree with my vision. They didn't think my brand would be able to grow because the makeup market is saturated. She said there are still women out there who think that they aren't good enough or think that they have to change their entire face in order to be considered beautiful. And she wanted to fight against that. She said the key is to always remember why you started. The third thing that she learned was your work is not your worth. When you work on a business, she said, it becomes part of you. It's very important to remember that the Lip Bar is the Lip Bar and Melissa is Melissa. So when someone is being critical of the Lip Bar, it may seem as though they're being critical of me. I think it's important to understand your work is not your worth. You have to learn to separate the two. I love that. She said the fourth thing she learned was to own the moment. When we found out that our episode was going to air, my heart dropped. I remembered thinking, oh my God, it was terrible. Well, being on the show ruined us. Am I going to look like a babbling idiot? I was legitimately nervous and didn't watch the show when it aired. After the third day, I watched it. It was a stab to my ego to share that moment with the entire world. But I learned that it could be good for the brand. So we started promoting the video all over social media, and we did a reaction video and put it on our website. She said, owning the moment allowed us to take the momentum and build on it. The experience connected us to customers. People say, oh wait, I know that girl. I know her story and I want to support her journey. That's one of the benefits of the sharks being so harsh. With the lip bar truck in our tour, so many people have told me how brave I was to go on the show. And last but not least, the fifth thing that she learned was you could bounce back stronger than ever. She said, of course, it would have been nice to get a deal. It would have been nice to work with an investor with so many connections. We didn't get a deal, but we did get a lot of exposure that helped us to grow. She said the night that their episode aired, our website got 30,000 hits. It brought us new customers as well. We received 500 orders in one night. She said Shark Tank was not a defeat. It was actually the ultimate win. I love it. Wasn't that a good article? When I first read that article, I knew I wanted to share it with you guys because I think that those 5 things that she was able to learn will be helpful to us in our entrepreneurship journey. Make sure you click the link to read more about the article and just more about the success that she's had in her business with the lip bar. And so it just goes to show us that in all of our doing, that we just need to be consistent and we need to keep going. And so I really do hope that that article was useful to you in the 5 things that she was able to communicate that she learned after being rejected on the tank. I like the point that she made in the article that even though their pitch was not good and she was fearful that it was going to be out and everybody was going to see it, she said they was able to own that moment though, and they took that footage, put it on their website, and just started sharing it all around the world. What is exposure? And she shared how that exposure benefited them in the long run on that night that it aired. So kudos to them. As you saw the video, they are successful after their 10 years. And you also saw the billboard that they put up in response to Mr. Wonderful. Now, in the pitch, if you remember, I stopped it and I asked, I wonder if Mr. Wonderful apologized. And we got some form of an apology from him. So let's check that out.
The girls from the Lip Bar were on. They're from Detroit, and they were on the show. And their business has been pretty successful, and they're doing well. They're in Target. They're in all these stores.
Yeah, they rub that in my face even on billboards.
All the time. Yep, I saw the billboards in Detroit.
What's the billboard say?
It says, Mr. Wonderful's wrong.
Yeah, and I just saw those because they had their 10-year anniversary. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
look, I'm proud of them for taking the heat. I'm proud that their entrepreneurs are successful. It's a wonderful thing to see that happen. Mm-hmm. But they were facing an almost impossible task because going into the cosmetics industry is so difficult to get market share, but they pulled it off. So look, you gotta applaud them. There's no question about it. But that is a tough space because the margins are so high that the competition is brutal. It's just brutal.
All right, so it wasn't really an apology, but he did acknowledge that they had that tenacity to keep going and for taking whatever was dealt to them in a tank. He said, thanks for being good sports or something to that effect, he said. And so again, thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying until the end. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button and become a subscriber if you like this content. And make sure you hit those links below if you want more information about the articles that I've shared. And make sure you check us out for more business news roundups.